how to get permission to post game footage to YouTube or other places online from game producers. Several of you have written in to ask, how do I get permission to use video game footage on my YouTube channel? Well, the answer is the same as if you were going to get permission to use it in your blog or anywhere else that you want to use somebody else's copyrighted information in your own content. I'm going to use the example of Electronic Arts because they're one of the hardest to get permission from. So when you go out to info.ea.com, they have a whole set of press releases about all the games that they're promoting at the moment. And on those pages, you'll find screenshots and a press release. And you can use those screenshots and information from that press release without any concerns about whether or not they're going to send you a cease and desist or tell you to take it down. But if you want to use footage from within the game, at the bottom of every press release is a section where you can say, get the full text of this press release, or if you're on somebody else's site, they'll often have a similar thing. But in there will be contact information for whoever the PR rep for that particular game is. You can then write to that PR rep and explain why you want to use footage from the game, how you're going to acquire footage from the game, and what your audience looks like. The what your audience looks like is probably the hardest part because you're going to want to be honest and you're going to want to portray it in a good light. If you only have 12 followers on YouTube, telling them, hey, I'd like to use footage of your game and I'm going to only explain or show play or explain how to do this one thing, they're probably going to decline you. If you've done reviews, you're going to want to send them examples of other reviews you've done. You're going to have to start with small companies in order to get the trust in the industry to get the permission from large companies. So start with a small game company, get permission from them, move on to a larger game company and get permission from them, and keep building the companies that you have relationships with. This is also great because as you start to build those relationships, often you will get on their press distribution list, which will include getting early access to games, getting free copies of games sent to you, getting t-shirts and memorabilia sent in order to talk about a game. The game industry is really about trust and it's really about honesty. So make sure that you don't exaggerate what your audience is and don't tell them you're going to do one thing with the footage that you've captured and then do something else. Also be aware that one of the challenges in the game industry for doing reviews is that if you tank a game, you may get on their bad list and you won't be able to review anything else. Generally, you want to be honest, but be honest with the option of telling them why you're going to be honest and what you're going to say about them in the press before you say the bad things, rather than just putting out a review that says, this is the worst game ever.